Well, hello guys, welcome back. I was working with Loki last night. We were actually watching a horror movie together, and I think I'm gonna start seeing Loki and Nori because I had a very interesting manifestation. And we were actually watching a horror movie together, some old school horror, and he was just loving it. He was feeding off that dark, brooding gothic energy, and so we did a ritual after, because I could feel how amped up he was. To, honor that destructive side, to honor both Loki and Inari, and to honor the destructive side, but the creator. I made sure to balance it. I didn't want to do, spookity Wicca. I made sure to balance it, to give preference to the dark side that obviously had shown up, but to also, not be like, destruction, wahahaha. So we did that. And then this morning, I got one of those menacing dreams. You know how when Loki really loves you, he decides to show you how scary he can be? And he was just repeating things to me about how, there wasn't anywhere I could go that he wouldn't find me and everything else. And this is how he tells you he loves you. It sounds terrifying if you're an outsider, but if you've worked with Loki a while, you're like, yeah. Okay, so he made sure he did that, and he was just utterly delighted with himself. Um, He's absolutely insane if you haven't worked with him. He's absolutely insane, but in a good way. And it was good to honor that energy, because what Loki is very good at is he seems very human. He will come off absolutely human, and he will come off as, oh, don't worry about me, and all fun and all lightness. And, I'm not doing anything. He's very good at that. He's very good at pretending he's lazy and he's not doing anything and he's just here to observe. And the whole time, he's circling around you like the predator that he is, because he kept showing me predatory images in these dreams this morning. Of, he would, like one, he was a sand lion, and another one, he was something else, and tons of foxes. Because there were foxes in this horror movie, too. They would cut to a picture of the woods and you would hear these foxes scream. I don't know. Apparently the English think foxes are scary. So, or they're like the devil's tool. I have no idea. And, he was just reminding me he does have that predatory nature. He has circled around me using a nori because he'll use whatever he can get. And he's gotten in front of me and he's got me where he wants me. Which sounds very scary, yes. I made something for Inari yesterday. I did a handcraft, and I hate having an altar unbalanced. It really drives me crazy, and I have one handcraft on the one side for Inari. It was supposed to be, a lot of people set up a coin box for them. And I painted it and set it up, and it's clearly a spirit bottle. I may have had coin box in mind, but this has clearly been accepted as a spirit bottle. Which is odd, because they have a spirit bottle, but, they'll take as many as they like. So, that's fine. I want them to be comfortable. And, it's almost like Loki was saying that Inari is a subset of Loki as far as Loki is concerned. And yeah, it was very much, I am the creator god, you listen to me. I'd visited my friend yesterday and seen a, kind of black lacquer cabinet with gold on it, and it just seems so much to fit into a sort of oriental style of decoration. I was going to take it because it looked like it was from, say, the 50s or something. And it was free to take, by the way. And my neighbor had said, oh, some guy stopped by in his car and he photographed that. So I thought, well, I don't want to poach something someone else wants. That's not fair. He saw it first. It's his. But still, I walked by, I saw it, I walked back by, and I saw it, and I'm thinking about it last night, and I'm thinking about it last night, and Loki's like, leave it. Loki doesn't approve of anything that's sat outside for a while. Leave it. And I was thinking of it this morning. I was thinking, well, I gave this guy a whole day to get it. If he hasn't got it by now, that's his tough luck. I don't care if it's Memorial Day and he doesn't have time. It's his tough luck. And look, he's still like, leave it. Because I was trying to think of, I don't have a car or truck or anything. I don't drive. So I'm like, how am I going to get this fairly big, dressers down here? And I'm like trying to think because none of my friends have a truck that I know of or anything like that. And I'm like, how am I going to get it down here? I could do what I did to bring some furniture down from my grandmother's house, which is I literally carried the drawers down from my grandmother's house, and then I walked back up and I carried the empty dresser. I'm like, well, maybe that would work. It would take 6 or 7 trips, but maybe I could get it down from where he is to where I am. And Loki just kept being like, leave it. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I'll get you better, leave it. So it was one of those things that he didn't approve of. And if you've worked with him, he will take an idea into his head that he doesn't like something and you better not go against him. Because if I'd gotten it, he would have just destroyed it. He would have found a way to destroy it and teach me a lesson, in the meantime, leave it. So, yeah, it was very much leave it, don't take it, you aren't allowed to have it. If he would wanted me to have it, something would have happened to get it to me. I would have woke up and found it on my porch this morning, and, no explanation. But, well, maybe not that dramatic, but my friend would have called. I wake up, and I have 6 calls on my phone, and I felt real bad. I'm like, oh my god, I bet my friend wanted to take me. No, it was a phishing thing. 6 calls! They called me 6 times. They kept, robo-telling me. I got a 7th call while I'm up. And I don't even have an iPad. Just to be clear, I'm not hiding money from you. I don't have an iPad. So it was very, very much, I think, Loki's energy manifesting. Because once Loki's energy manifests, you'll notice very strange and random things happen. And it was just, he was very happy with himself. As to Inari, I don't know about Inari's fate, but we had gone looking today at Amazon because, nothing's moving today in America because it's Memorial Day, and that's fine, but we were looking. And I had the money for it, but, suddenly I didn't want a lot of the stuff I had wanted because it was immaterial whether I had it or not, and Loki finally got that message through to me. It didn't matter if I had the dresser, because, seeing the dresser, it was not the physical thing I wanted. It was the emotion it brought out in me that I wanted, that feeling. And with other things too. I'm not saying become an aesthetic and don't own things, but I'm saying we want the emotion that whatever that item is produces. So we had that experience, and he's been doing a lot with Springtrap, which if you follow the channel, he's very enamored with using Springtrap with me. He doesn't care about the character's history. He likes that menacing energy. Well, before it became a joke in the final game, but he likes that menacing energy. And if you've ever played, what game's he even in? 3, 4? 3, I think. If you've ever played the game and had Springtrap set on aggressive mode, he just comes at you like a freight train. You don't even have time to stop him. He's just in your face. So he's been having fun. He's been being spooky and going around and doing things. I can feel this delicious kind of menacing energy. You know what I mean? If you like horror movies, half the reason you like old school horror movies is because there's that delicious menacing presence throughout the film, which we don't really usually get today. The closest thing I could say is that maybe if you watch the old Freddy Krueger films, where you can feel this overarching presence of the I don't want to say monster, it sounds kind of trite, but the bad guy. You can feel their presence and their power everywhere. That's usually not what happens in horror today. Horror today is kind of unwatchable. But it was really really well done. I've noticed a lot of Japanese horror, which is why I love it, is going back to that old school idea of, whatever's after you is kind of all powerful, almost godlike, which is what Loki likes. So, let me have some green tea before I cough on you lovely people. I hope you did what, you felt you had to do if you celebrate the holiday. And, I'll leave it at that. But, yeah, he's definitely giving me experiences and he's definitely having fun. Loki's definitely back in charge. There's a feeling there is Loki and Inari, but there's also a feeling that as far as Loki is concerned, Inari is a subset of Loki. Because they both kept pushing me during my research to see how all these gods moved around, how ideas of gods moved around. Like they would go from China, Korea, Japan, Greece, Germany. Some stuff from Germany traveled over this way, and some stuff from here traveled over to Greece, and all kind of the same idea. And all these gods became seen differently. I wouldn't go so far as to just abruptly drop Inari, but I think Loki got what he wanted. It's what Loki got. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.